There's a lot of territorialism when it comes to masa shapes. It's a very controversial subject. So on one corner we have an arepa, which hails from Venezuela, Colombia. That in and of itself is a whole controversy. Another corner we have Gorditas, which are covering primarily Mexico, but a lot of Central America. There is some nuance to kind of how these are sort of interpreted in cultures today. Gorditas are still to this day made from nixtamalized corn. The masa, or the dough, is actually produced from corn that's treated in an alkaline solution and then is ground up. That tradition of making nixtamal is very much alive and well in some parts of Venezuela and Colombia. That's sort of the origin of how we think about an arepa. That being said, over time, it was adapted. So an arepa today is usually made with some kind of instant arepa mix, which is not made from nixtamalized corn. It's not to say one is better than the other, but that's the difference. I'm here to say today that from a shape perspective, arepas and gorditas are actually the same.
Say what?
Kind of looks like an English muffin, kind of looks like a Hot Pocket, it's like a circular pancake that's then stuffed. We're gonna make an arepa and a gordita today, but we're gonna kind of dress them up with some things that we know and love from the countries and cultures that hold them near and dear to their hearts. What's very fun about an arepa is that you don't actually need a tortilla press. So we're just gonna use our hands to make the best shape possible. I've got a little bit of water here just because as the masa that I rehydrated a little while ago, this came from Masienda, it starts to dry out over the course of 5 to 10 minutes. So I've got a little bit of water that I occasionally kind of incorporate a little bit. So here you have it. The showdown continues. Really, the only thing that's different between an arepa and a gordita in this case is just the color. Blue is typically a color that you see associated with gorditas in Mexico, especially in Mexico City. It's like a preferred masa color of choice, but you could totally use white, you could use red, you could use yellow. Whereas arepas are usually almost always white. We're gonna now put this on the comal, cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes per side. I am opting not to use any asiento or cooking oil in this, but you certainly can.
Oh, now we wait.
And now we wait. So I just took these out of the oven. They spent about 3 minutes at 400 just to cook through the center. While they're still warm, I'm gonna cut a slit into both the arepa and the gordita to stuff it. It's kind of doughy in the center and looks a little bit raw. Throw it back in the oven, or you can put it back on the comal, no worries. So I've got some arepa filling here. I'm gonna use like plantain mix avocado here, a little bit of cheese, any kind of hot sauce will do. So for this gordita, I really love rajas, so just like roasted peppers that have been thinly sliced. In this case, I put a little bit of crema on there for some extra fat, a little bit of cabbage that's been finely cut, and I'm gonna finish it off with a red salsa, but any salsa will do. So there you have it. Not much of a difference visually, lots of differences culturally. I think we have a clear tie. They're both wonderful.